So those of you who are joining later, we just went over some word list, a few of them. And on page 19, review those word lists. For example, shrink, shrank, shrunk. Sing, sang, sung. Sink, sank, sunk on the very bottom of page 19. Sit, sat, have sat. Take, took, taken. Teach, the past of teaches, taught. Have taught. Think, today I think. Yesterday I thought. I have thought. Today I throw. Yesterday I what? Threw. And I have thrown the ball 3 times, right? Write. Smoke, help me with this one. Today I write. Yesterday I what? Wrote. I have what?
Written.
Written, with the TTEN on the end of it. All right. Again, today I lay something down. Yesterday I what?
Lied.
No. Laid it down. I have what? I have laid it there before. Today I lie down to sleep, right? Or tonight. I lie down to sleep. Yesterday I what?
No.
Yesterday I lay. Yesterday I lay. With a helping verb, I would say, I have
laid.
I have laid.
Lie.
All right, so we need to go back to page 19. At the very top right, where it says section C, that one, everyone should practice those and study those. This one right here, C, lay and lie. And what's the other one? Yeah, lay and lie. Those ones trip up more people than anything else.
Mr. Doyle.
Yes.
That's why in history, after we're done with one chapter, are we gonna have an exam?
I'm going to tell you about that. You're going to have exams, and I'm going to send you the dates of those exams. Now, because of what happened, it'll be a little harder getting those exams in time, but hopefully we can make it work. We will finish chapter 6, have a test this week, okay? Then next week is exam week. So then we're going to go back and we're going to learn we're going to do chapter 7. And so some things from chapter 6, some things from chapter 4, some things from chapter 7, any of those could be on the exam, but fear not. I have a study guide to give you Monday when you come back, okay? And you can start filling out your study guide for the next week, not this coming week, but the next week's the exam week. Same for science, there's a study guide and it will help you, right? And we'll talk more about that. Does everyone understand that? For math and language, those exams are just going to be like a regular test, except it counts more and it might be a little longer. But as long as you understand everything how to do in math and language that we're doing now, then the math and language ones should be fine. The science and history one's more study. So you know these videos that I've been sending to you, some of those videos are simply reviewing for the test. So watch those videos. The science one, all is just reviewing, and tomorrow's video will be that too. And same for history. We're just reviewing. It's a really good one. If you don't have someone to study with, you can watch that video. And it's like someone else being there asking you the questions, right? Because that's what I do in that video. I just ask questions and then I say the answer. So when you watch the video, see if you can beat me in saying the answer. because I'll like pause and then it'll be like quizzing you. So that will help you for your test and exam. Now, language. Language for today is page 34 and 35, and it looks like this. We did a little bit of this yesterday. Did you watch that video that I did? Who watched the video about, and I mentioned the giraffe and all that? Okay. And then you had a page that looked like this. So it's almost like yesterday. So if you understood yesterday, you'll understand this one too. But for example, on page 35, it says, okay, after you read this about riches in the ground, then you're going to write what happened first. What is the main thing that happened first? And you can write this on page 35. Who was it about? What was his name? Colonel Edwin Drake, right? So that would be a sentence you could write. So he studied oil, right? And I'm not going to write everything here, but I'll write a couple things. And you can put his name. That's the first thing that happened. And I'm going to run out of room. Edwin, but you won't, right? Because I wrote that first. What's his name? Drake. So all that would go there. Studied oil. And that would be a sentence, right? That would be like a first sentence. So go through here. And there's like one, it says first this happened, next, what happened next, then next, what happened, then next, what happened, then next, what happened, then what happened, and finally, what happens at the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can you think of 7 sentences from this that would like summarize it? By the time you do 7 sentences, you might not think it's really a summary, but what you're doing is you're putting it in your own words, right? You're taking, oh, okay, so he studied oil. That's a sentence. What else did he do? He invented something. What did he invent? He invented, if you read it, he invented, what are these things called? Those are called oil wells, oil wells. So you could write a sentence about that. He invented oil wells. That could be another sentence that you could write. Is everyone following me? Everyone following me? Understanding? Okay. Then you could write another one. What did the wells do? So what did the wells do? See if you can make a sentence. And when you write a sentence, don't just copy a sentence, but like make a sentence from that information. So what's another sentence? What do the wells do? Wells pump what? What do the wells pump? If you read it, it says, oh, they pump the oil, don't they? So you could write, the wells pump the oil out of the ground, right? That could be a third sentence. What happens next? What's something else that you could do? Someone raise your hand and tell me. Can you think of something? Madison, tell us. Can you think of something? Okay, raise your hand if you want to say something. No one wants to say anything, huh? Who wants to say something? Are you raising your hand? Well, I really wish I was there right with you. Okay, raise your hand if you want to help me. No one wants to raise their hand? No one wants to help me? Okay, so you're going to have to read through this first, right? You're going to have to think of a sentence. It might take a few minutes on something like this, and maybe that's why you're not raising your hand. But I can tell you, he worked with oil. He invented these oil wells. The oil wells pumped the oil out of the ground. You could write about that. You could write about oil was also used. What are some things oil was used for? Oh, oil was used in the old days. Oil was used to light lamps. You know, the old oil lamps? That's a sentence you could write. In the old days, before everyone had electric lights, oil was used for that. Oil is used for a lot of things. Of course, nowadays we use oil products in machines, right? We use oil products, petroleum products, even in our cars, right? So you could write some sentences there. What happened finally towards the end? What was invented? The great invention here, it says what? Look at the second to last sentence. Someone read it. Who has their book? What does it say? Okay, Gracie, read it on page 34. But unmute yourself when you read it. What's it say? What does it say? Then what?
Then the automobile was invented, and we discovered the useless part could run the automobile engines.
You know, part of the oil we use for gasoline and other things. It's not the pure oil. It's the part that wasn't used. Now we can actually use that. And so that could be one of your sentences on this page. Then the automobile was invented. And then finally, see where it says the word finally on page 35? The useless part was used to make what she just read. It was used to make gasoline. It was used to make gasoline. So I'm actually giving you some answers. Automobiles were invented towards the second to last part should probably be something about automobiles being invented. And the very last one, the useless part was used to make gasoline. Now, I see at least one person writing something down. That's good. If you're smart, you'll write something down, or you'll write it down later. You can watch this again. You can watch this again and do that. Then you're going to take A at the top to do B, and you're going to put them all together and make a paragraph. The first sentence indented, meaning what? Your first word of your paragraph goes in and you start writing it, right? You start writing. And then the next line, it comes out a little bit, right? As you keep writing, then you go to the next line and you write like that. That's language. Any question there? When you get going, you just have to write. You can do a lot of writing this year. And again, I wish I was there with you for this one because it's more individual. You might all write something a little bit different, not exactly the same, but the main points should be close because we're picking all the same topic about this guy right here. Make sure you have his name, Colonel Edwin Drake. It was over 100 years ago that he lived. Raise your hand if you don't understand. If you're watching this and you don't, then ask me, send a message to me, and we'll try to help you understand what to do. But you're basically going to write a summary. You're not going to just copy the words here. You're going to take the main words. You can use the main words and put it into your own words, add some of your own words. When you write these sentences, then put all the sentences together in the bottom section, page 35, and write a paragraph, write a summary of the story that you read. Question? Because we're going to hop right into math if you don't have a question. Not a question? Okay, let me ask you a few math things then. All right, we'll make this fun. The first person to say the answer. How about that? It means there might be a few people that unmute themselves, and it might work, it might not work. It might work if there's just a couple. Ready? Who's going to be the fastest today? 7 times 3 minus 1 divided by 4 plus 9 equals
3.
Madison. But it's not 3. Kayam. Kayam.
Oh, can I say it now?
14.
I messed up. It's 13. 13.
Actually, Kayam has it correct. It's- Kayam said 14. You are correct. So there was a mistake there somewhere. So maybe it was, I'm not sure what it was, but it's 14. 16 minus 9 times 9 minus 3 divided by 6 equals,
9.
Kayam, did you say that? Or was that you, Mooks?
No, it was Madison.
Kayam, what is it?
10. 10.
What were you going to say, Mooks?
10.
Are you just saying that because he said 10?
No, because I had it in my mind just, and then Madison said, and then
All right. Well, you are both right, Kayam and Mooks. If we were keeping score, you'd get a point, right? Well, Kayam has 2 points, right? 4 plus 7 times 6 minus 3 plus 7 equals. Who's going to buzz in first? Say it. Natalie?
70.
You are correct. Ooh, looks like you get a point. All right. One more. Ready? 36. This one's for you, Joseph, right? You get this one, right? Whoever gets it. 36 divided by 3 minus 5 times 3 plus 3 equals.
24.
Who said that? Was that you? Was that you, Emma?
Yes.
You are right. It is 24. And then Kayam had raised to 10.
It sounded like Caitlin said it.
I think she was not, she was muted. You didn't say it, did you? It was Emma, so we'll let her have one. So now look up here. We'll do a couple of these because we need to remember these. 1 quart equals how many pints, class?
1 quart equals 2 pints.
2 pints is correct.
2.
Good job. Now we're going to go and we're going to look at the Celsius. The normal body temperature Celsius is
36.8.
Mooks,
37.
37
Uh,
degrees
I
Celsius.
was so close.
It's close. It's close, but it's got to be right, does.
Oh God, I need
1 yard equals how many feet?
3.
3 feet.
Obviously.
See if we can all say it. How about that? The boiling point of water Celsius.
100.
100 degrees Celsius. The freezing point of water Celsius.
0.
Good job. Everyone got that one. The freezing point of water Fahrenheit.
30. 32.
34.
If you said 32, you are correct. 32. The boiling point of water Fahrenheit.
212 degrees.
Good job. 212 degrees Fahrenheit. 1 day equals
24 hours.
24 hours. 1 leap year equals
366 days.
366 days is correct.
Leap year.
Roman numeral.
5. 500.
Good job.
1,000.
Yes.
1,000.
50.
50.
Like 10, 10,
10.
100. 1 year equals 12 months.
Okay, now look at the board.
I
Gonna run
can't
out.
see the board.
Look at the board very quickly.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Help me out with this problem. Are you ready? 4 cannot go into here, or how many times can 4 go into 32.20? $32.20. What's the first thing I'm going to do before I do anything else? What am I going to
And you're
do?
gonna put the decimal point right in the middle, right there, and you're gonna put the dollar sign.
Did everybody see that? Now, Joseph, do you see what we just did? Is that what you were going to say?
I wasn't going to say anything.
You weren't. I thought you were saying something. Okay. Well, are all of you looking here? Look. 32.20 divided by 4. How many times can 4 go? Can 4 go into 3?
No,
Can 4 go into 32?
yeah,
Yes.
How many times, class?
8.
8.
8. I'm going to put an 8 above the 2. 8 times 4, what?
32.
32. We write it down there. The next step is to what?
Subtract.
Subtract. When we subtract, we get what?
0.
0. We compare. Is 0 less than 4?
Yes.
Yes. And we bring.
Yes.
See how there's a next
Is less
number?
than 4.
Okay, mute
Bring
yourself.
down.
Mute yourself for a minute. Do you see how there's a next number 2 over here?
Mr. Doyle.
I'm going to bring it down. Hold on. We're going to bring it down. Now, what were you going to say? Madison, what were you going to say?
Can I go to the bathroom?
We only have a couple more minutes. Can you wait?
I
When you get
guess.
back, we might be done. Unless it's an emergency, I guess go, but
Yeah, because I have to go back.
okay. Bring down the 2. There we go. Can 4 go into 2? Class? Yes or no?
No,
No. So the answer is what?
0.
0. Again, if 4 can't go, if the number can't go into it, it's just 0. 0 times 4 is 0. We subtract, we get 2, don't we? We compare. Is 2 less than 4? Yes, it is. Go like this. Yes, it is. We bring down our 0 and we put it right next to the number we subtracted, and we start our steps again. 4 into 20. Put up how many fingers it would answer would be. Yes, did everyone do that? It's 5 times. 4 goes in 25. I'm going to put it up here. And then I'm going to go 5 times 4 equals 10, 20. Okay, 20. We subtract, and what do we get? 0, 0. Who knew it was 0? Good. Now look up at the top. Someone raise their hand and tell me, what is the answer? What's the answer? What is the answer? What is the answer? Kyan? Say the answer.
$8.05.
$8.05. Notice there's a decimal dollar sign. When you check it, you would multiply the quotient by the divisor, and you should get 32.20. Okay, but I'm not going to do that right now because we're about to run out of time. Because look, if we run out of time in this video, I want to at least make sure you know how to do this. What do we do in an averaging problem? Here's what we do. We add up our numbers and we divide by the number of addends. How many addends are there? 2. So when we add up our 2 numbers, we put the number that was our total inside the division box and we divide by 2. So in this problem here, in case we run out of time, when I get my total, what would I divide by? Someone tell me. What would I divide by, Caitlin? What am I going to divide by in this problem?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. You are right. So I would actually, is that going to show up on the screen? I'm going to divide by 4 by whatever my total is. Let's do the total together. 5 plus 7, class.
5 plus 7 equals 12.
Plus 3,
12.
plus 3,
15.
15.
15. Everyone can just say it. 15 plus 8.
23.
23.
Carry the 2. 2 plus 8
10.
10.
plus 9
19.
19.
plus 9
28.
28.
8 plus 8.
36.
We're going to put our 363 inside our division box, and we are going to divide by 4. And this is the average number. Again, we're just reviewing. If we get cut off, make sure you do the lesson 55 and 56, page 55 and 56.
Okay.
So let's keep going. 4 can go into 363. How many times? What's the first number going to be, Gracie? Okay, someone else know, Madison, what's the first number going to be?
The first number is going to be 9.
9. Above the what?
6.
Above the 6. I'm going to put a 9 above the 6. 9 times 4 equals what, class?
36.
36. We get 0 when we subtract. Is 0 less than 4 when we compare? Yes.
Yes.
And then we're going to bring down what? Who knew it was going to be 3? Bring down 3. Yes. And I'm going to put it here. Now this part threw some people last time. Now we're going to divide 4 into 3. Can 4 go into 3?
Yes. No.
If it cannot go, what number is it? Say it. If it can't go, what number is it? Say it.
0.
0. Good. I'm going to put 0 up here. And I'm going to multiply. And what am I going to get? If I multiply by 0, it's going to be what?
0.
0. Guess what? I know I ran out of room there, but I'm going to be left with 3, aren't I? When I subtract 0 from 3, I am left with what? Remainder 3. You see that? Remainder of 3. Now, it went off the screen there. Remainder 3. The average of these numbers isn't always perfect, is it? It doesn't always come out perfectly. So we'll just write 90, remainder 3. Now later on, when we get into fractions, we'll talk more about what we can do with that number, okay? But 90, remainder 3 is the average. So make sure you put the remainder in your answer whenever you divide and do that. Any question about that? Or any question about anything before our meeting ends? Max, or are you just waving goodbye? Watch the videos. There aren't very many views on YouTube on the videos, so be watching them, because I actually explain stuff in the videos of things you'll want to remember for tests and stuff like that too. So, or things to highlight in your book if it's science or history. And are you waving at everyone? Is that what you're doing? Has anyone been chatting while we're doing this? I hope not. Have you been chatting?
Busted.
Are you chatting? Oh, well, I hope you're listening and not just chatting. I can see it,
No,
All
really?
right. If you,
What?
yeah, I can see what everyone has said.